Looking to expand your family with a furry friend? Odds are there's a local nonprofit that can help you in your search. In tonight's Eye on Keloland, Travis Fossing walks us through the adoption process at a pair of organizations, introducing us to people with a passion for pets.
There's rarely a moment of silence at the Sioux Falls Area Humane Society.
Our intake numbers have slowly built up over the course of the last couple of years. Last year we had 8,230 animals that came in through our doors.
James Oppenheimer is executive director and says the increase in numbers has led to changes in the adoption process.
Over the last year, we have dropped a lot of our barriers to adoption.
The list includes no longer contacting landlords to see if an apartment complex allows pets.
One of our biggest adoption days is Saturday, and it's tough to get hold of a landlord on a Saturday, so we dropped that requirement.
You can also adopt the shelter's cats located at the Catitude Cafe over the phone.
We've just made things a lot easier to adopt. As a result, our adoption numbers went from 2,801 in 2022 to 3,807 in 2023.
We all want animals to get adopted as quickly to the best home as we can.
Cassandra Holland is the lead adoption counselor.
We get a brief overview of animals that you currently have or have had in the past, and we just require your ID and proof of address. After that, you're free to go back and look at everyone we have, so the process is fairly quick. Once you're back meeting with cats, dogs, small animals, if you find someone you want to meet with today and take home, you can take them home the same day.
There are plenty of options, but not every animal that ends up at the Humane Society is ready for adoption.
We partner frequently with rescues, especially with animals that are either sick, unsocialized, just need a little more one-on-one attention. Rescues are more foster-based. We don't have necessarily the facilities to keep animals for months on hand, so we like to partner with them if they need a little bit more care than we can offer at the time.
We get them from auction, we get them from people that can no longer keep them, we get them from the Humane Society.
Judy Marchand is Vice President and Adoption Coordinator at Dakota Dachshund Rescue. The organization is foster-based, and the adoption process starts online.
Within the day, I'll get an email that there's an application to work on, and I will contact them.
The nonprofit sees an influx of applications in the days following the Stampede's Wiener Dog Night. It takes time, but Marchand enjoys playing matchmaker.
We're pretty picky where our dogs go, so I like the process of making sure they get a good home. That's our goal.
Marchand has fostered hundreds of dogs over the years and says the adoption process is extensive on her end.
If they have a veterinarian, I'll call their veterinarian's office, make sure their current pets are totally up to date on everything. They've been spayed, they've been neutered, everything's been taken care of, so I make sure that they're going to continue good vet care for our dogs. And we will also do a home visit to make sure that if they said they have a fence, they have a fence.
If you're unsure about adopting, Marchand says fostering is a good way to test the waters.
I've got several that I fostered and then I just couldn't let them go. A lot of people find their dog that way. They foster it and then decide, I'm in love with it, I'm keeping it.
My favorite part is getting to be able to see their personality shine.
Sarah Hogan is Marchand's daughter. She volunteers for Dakota Dachshund Rescue and currently has 6 dogs at home, including 3 fosters.
Just try it and see if it works for your family. It really works for ours. I would definitely say that out of the 40-some dogs that the Dachshund Rescue has on their website, there's probably one you're going to be able to fall in love with.
A way of life Hogan is passing on to the next generation.
My daughter is so involved and has had so much responsibility and has built so much character being able to see the dogs that come through my mom's house, through our house.
A win-win for the family and dog.
They get love and attention and get to understand being a dog.
And when the adoption is complete,
they find their family member. I mean, they really do find somebody that fits totally with them, fits with their family.
Every organization has its own way of doing business, but the mission is the same across the board.
We solve people problems where people, maybe their problem is they don't have an animal and they want one, or they have an animal that they can no longer handle, and then we do the absolute best for the animals. And that's the one thing we all have in common.
With Eye on Keloland, I'm Travis Fossing.
The cost to adopt an animal varies based on age, breed, and health. If you'd like to adopt or get involved with the Humane Society or Dakota Dachshund Rescue, we provided links on our website.